Why, hello there, my internet buddy. So this is video number 3 where we are going to be tackling the sales letter and why to create it, how to create it, some hacks for creating it, followed by some examples of one of my most successful sales letters that grossed me multi six figures in profits. And I don't say that to impress you or brag, I say that to impress upon you that creating a sales letter is worth it. I've created no less than at least 12 super successful sales letters so far in my career, selling all different types of stuff. And I'm going to be showing you one of them today as a demonstration walkthrough so that you know what a really good sales letter looks like, and so that you can walk away recognizing that you have a sales letter you can actually model if you choose to. I have no problem with you doing that. It's not going to hurt my feelings one bit. Okay, so why create a sales letter? Well, obviously, if you create a product, you need to be able to sell it. So you need a sales brochure, or you need some copy, or you need a sales letter to explain the benefits of the product and stir up a hurt, so that the people are reminded why they're there, why they need this product, and get them focusing on the fact how bad life is and how bad life is going to continue to be if they don't make a change, and how your product is the solution to their hurt, and it is the antidote to their poison. And that is why we create a sales letter in very simple language. So how do we go about creating a sales letter? Well, you just have to know the structure of a sales letter, and then you do your best to get it done, and then you just consistently, kind of fine tune it and work out the kinks a little bit until it looks halfway decent and is actually converting. Okay, so a lot of people want you to think and believe that writing a sales letter is hard and it's complicated, and it's not. It's very easy. It's kind of like having a conversation with one of your best friends, where your best friend is asking you a lot of good questions about a product you have for sale, because he might be interested. He's already arose. He put up his hand and said, "Look, I'm interested in making more money online. I want to hear what you have to say." And that's really what it's like. So these visitors that come to your web pages, they are people who are strangers that want to be your friend. Okay, so you talk to them like you would talk to your friends, and you tell them a story oftentimes to enrapture them and to get them really connected to you, and then they want to buy your product naturally afterwards because they trust you, or because you've developed some rapport with them. So it's not hard to do these things. I promise you that. I'm going to prove it to you in this video. So hacks, you can get this outsourced. You could just simply, if you wanted to, pay $97 on the low end to $297 on the high end. You go to the Warriors for Hire and warriorforum.com section. You could get this outsourced. I can promise you right now, though, you might not get the best results if you do this, because I do feel that a lot of those people who sell their services, they're not always top notch. Sometimes they'll convert, other times they won't. So if you just do it yourself, like I force all of my students to do in my high-level mentoring program, you will get results just like they do, okay? So let's move on. A few different types of sales letters. You got the short sales letter, a story sales letter, a 37-point video sales letters. There's a lot of different sales letters. There's video sales letters, there's non-video sales letters, traditional sales letters, short ones, long ones, ones with tell stories, one that just really lists the benefits and features, which, features don't do much, but the benefits of doing certain things depending on the industry and stuff like that. For our industry, the work from home / internet marketing / business opportunity niches, we stick normally to video sales letters, and we stick normally to longer copy sales letters as well. They have stories in them too. And other times we just have case study sales letters. I'm a big fan of just, case study sales letters as well. I have a lot of those too. And I have a lot of benefit-rich longer sales letters. But I don't want to get too crazy here. I can explain the differences. Short sales letters really just focus on, here's what I got, here's what it does for you, here's what to do now. That's like the 3-point structure. The story sales letter is basically, here's where I was, here's where I was, here's what I did to make a massive improvement, here is where I am now, here's what to do now. And that's the example today I'm going to be sharing with you, a very simple story sales letter that made me multi-six figure. I'm going to show you that. So 37-point video sales letters, good gravy. This is something I learned from somebody who is super successful and very good at selling stuff, where you literally break this 37 steps in a video sales letter where you can take someone who's got completely cold traffic. And if you're familiar with ClickBank, this is what I'm referring to. All of the ClickBank video sales letters that are on clickbank.com for our niche, in marketing, or niches as weird as the survival niche, where you prepare for an apocalypse or something. That's actually a niche, strangely enough. that's actually weirdly profitable. That I don't really focus on it. I'm just aware of it. But they do these 37-point video sales letters to hook people in on their slideshows and video sales letters and stuff like that. So I just want you to be aware of that type of thing. So let's look at a story sales letter. I'm going to break down why this sales letter did so good, and I use this as one of my case studies and demonstrations for my high-level mentoring for a very long time. Okay. So this particular sales letter, let's just break it down. So I had my logo at the top. You Win First was the logo or my brand back, when I made this sales letter, a couple years ago. Where you win first with Justin Spencer, where you come out on top. I'm going to just read to you the headline and why I chose to do this with the headline, and why a lot of internet marketers don't think this way or use this type of language. I learned from one of my mentors, Dan Kennedy, who, if you don't know who Dan Kennedy is, he's like one of the smartest marketers in the world, and he's made his clients over $100 million, or maybe over $1 billion. I'm trying to remember now. I think over $1 billion. Yeah, I think it's $1 billion. And he always said that opportunity seekers, which is really our industry, just a different phraseology, are really interested. They're interested in escape. They're not interested in improvement. So I took that to heart and put that in this headline. I think that made a difference. And they also don't want to do a lot of work. That's why you see done for you in red and escape in red, and in all caps. So a done for you system that generates income on autopilot, that allows you to escape your job, your bills, and your stress, to live the way you want to live. Notice I'm not talking about software or a website hosting builder or an email list. I'm not bringing any technical language at all. I'm only talking about how they can escape their job, which is what they really care about, and living the way they want to live and having less stress and less debt, okay, all that nonsense, and that a lot of the work is done for them. That's what they want to know, okay? So this sales letter starts off by stimulating the hurt, getting them in a place of pain. Have you ever felt like you had finally found the last thing only to be let down? Have you ever bought all the crap and you got nowhere? Have you ever daydreamed about escaping your job? So when they read these questions, it's to stimulate a hurt. It's to get them upset and in pain. And then moving on there, it's like, well, guess what? I've been there too. I've lived there as well, and I know what it's like. And I have my head, and I practically drowned in this sea of lies, garbage, and false hopes that were shoved down my throat. So what am I doing here? I'm building tremendous rapport with them, because they're going, oh, wow, this guy was just like me, at least at some point. I bought the push-button softwares. I bought every product that promised fast riches. I maxed out my credit cards. I had a really crappy car that would break down every 5 minutes. And I was running in a storm one day. You should read this letter. It's belikeJustin.com, ywf-fps/offer.html. Very good, very good copy, in my opinion. I know I wrote it, and it's not incredible, but it made me a ton of money. So I think it did its job, which was to connect with the end person. And I also used this to teach my students, which made them millions of dollars. So I think it worked. So my final attempt to create a hands-off system that actually delivered life-changing money results. I talked about how I was in Walmart. I purchased a 5-hour energy shot. I was in my apartment finally, frustrated. I got to a point where I set something up, and I finally got my first commission. And this is a totally true story. Obviously, I'm not faking any of this. This all truly did happen. So I knew there was hope. I got a commission. There's the screenshot. Back when I used Hotmail, obviously I use Gmail now. And then, eventually I took massive action, of course, like anyone does who's successful. And I started getting a $75 commission for making these sales. Lo and behold, I started generating over $2,000 a month in profit, right? It was very exciting. There it is. Justin Spencer, you refer to sale. Woo! And it was really, if you're ever familiar with Google Sniper from George Brown, I built a sniper site. And I started getting these type of deposits in my bank account, very rapidly. This is way back in 2013, but it was very exciting. So I started making actually about 10 grand a month at the time, back when I was 19. And then moved to Arizona. You can see the pictures back when I looked like this when I was in Arizona. And, yeah, which is pretty cool. Not bad at all. And then, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to share this. So what I was truly doing was affiliate marketing. So this is what this sales letter is pitching the course as well. So I sold the business for 52 grand. Which was cool. Then I moved to Arizona, had the paycheck. Then I got testimonials out the wazoo. And I wrote all these testimonials and got the permission from these people to use these testimonials. Then I have the headline here. And then I have the Forever Profit System, which is like the base level affiliate marketing course. So when you saw in the last video the Forever Profit System, on the right side you saw the You Win First coaching get results coaching. On the left, you saw lifestyle liberation. And then under that was this course, actually. This course was included in that last video portal, which was a beginner to intermediate to mildly expert level affiliate marketing course that taught how I made my first 100 grand doing affiliate marketing, which is pretty cool. And these are all the benefits. I know I'm going kind of quick here, but I just want you to get a feel for it. And you got the link so you can go back and check it out if you'd like. So then the next thing we have here is not for you for these 4 reasons. It is for you if you want security. Notice I'm not talking about fancy gizmos or gadgets or widgets. I'm only talking about giving them security, you know, escaping their job, their bills, their stress, getting out of debt. You know, if you don't want to have skills, I'm talking to them using that language. You know, I'm not talking to them with gizmos. Kiss the fear of loss goodbye, kiss frustration goodbye, kiss confusion goodbye, kiss the fear of failure goodbye, fear of the unknown goodbye, fear of losing money goodbye, the fear of boredom goodbye. You don't have to put effort, sweat, or tears into your stupid job anymore because you have this. And then I have the bonuses that I wrote, you know, as well. 5-figure profits in 1 day. The book that I'd written, and you know, when you're looking at this, it might seem like I'm an overachiever, but I promise you, this didn't take nearly as long as you probably think it did. I think to get this whole sales letter done, it took me like 1 week, and I don't know, I probably put 15 to 20 hours into it, which is like a part-time job, right? Just trying to figure out Photoshop and HTML a little bit here, but it was not rocket science at all. Okay, the case study of my first successful sniper site that I sold for like $21,000, which was Coolio. Okay, so then I have a 365-day conditional guarantee. So if they go through and they go at least through 50% of the video training, and they take action, they can prove it, I'll give them a refund if they want it, which my refund rate was like less than 5%. You know, obnoxious, right? So you have everything here. They click on the add to buy now, whatever. So let's click on that. It says sending them to the page now. My Pixel Fires and my software tracking system. And then it's free for 2 weeks, then 3 payments of $27 for a total of $81. And yeah, okay. So this is really good. This sales letter. I mean, I would get hundreds and hundreds of people per month to subscribe, and the lion's share, like at least 2 out of 3 people, would usually actually pay me the $27 a month. So I had thousands and thousands of dollars coming in on a monthly basis to pay for my solo ads. Okay. So when you have a product, this is a sales letter. And the next video, I believe we're going to discuss the squeeze page. So after they opt into a squeeze page, they're going to be redirected to a page like this so you can get your money back when, you know, you make your sales. And I split tested this page out the ass, and I realized that the best price point was 2 weeks for free and then 3 payments at $27. So for a total of $81 over the course of like 60 days. Okay. They're 60 plus 14, 84 days. Okay. So yeah. So over 84 days, I collect $81 from 2 out of 3 people who signed up. It made me very successful, very, very successful in the solo ad business, okay? And I taught this to my students. And I teach my students other very, very cool techniques with their sales letters that I might not have mentioned in this video because it's hard. I can't sit down and break down why this letter was so successful in this video. You'd be here for 2 hours or 3 hours, and I don't think that you have the attention span for that. And I don't know if my throat's going to give out or keel out before I unload all that content on you. So I just wanted you to see what success looks like. So let's discuss in the next video a couple examples and demonstrations of super high converting squeeze pages, and I will meet you over there. Bye-bye.